Hey everybody, Brian Hunt here with you again. In this video, we're talking about the one battery to rule them all. And what do I mean by that? It's what is one of the best batteries you can make an investment in as a video content creator, as a videographer, as a cinematographer, whatever you're calling yourself, whatever your role is. If you're working in video, there is one certain type of battery that is extremely useful and useful across majority of cameras and a lot of other things. And that would be a brick style V mount battery. Now you can get a V mount, which you have the V on the back here. This is Sony used to have this as a proprietary kind of battery years ago. But this is a V mount battery. You can also get an Anton Bauer battery, which is a different mount. It's a different style of mount. In my opinion, the V mount is a more popular style to have. I see these more out there. They're easier to get things, but there is a lot of companies where you can buy different mounts for accessories for using a Anton Bauer on a camera or on lights, or different options that way. Again, I just finding V mounts easier than a Anton Bauer. And so let's go into why I think these are a great investment and a great tool and thing to have a battery in your arsenal. And I have a bunch of these here, and I've had a few of these for a long time. These ones here, these IDX, I've had these for probably almost 10 years now, close to 10 years. They're still going strong and working well. Now, the cool thing with a V-mount battery, one of the things is how much battery power you get from these things over a regular camera battery, but also how cross-platform, what would I say, how versatile these batteries actually are. So I have my FX9 here, and I have a V-mount plate on the back. Put that on. That I use to power the FX9 majority of the time when I'm using it. And I also use it to power the a monitor when I have it on. And sometimes I'm also powering a wireless transmitter when I have that on. And then I also will use this quite a bit. Sorry, I'm running away from the mic here. This is a new mic setup. I also use this quite a bit on something like this, which is a wireless director's monitor. So from here, V-mount on the back here, we can use this to power the monitor and the transmitter or the receiver for the wireless unit. And this is great. It's just an easy thing. It powers it for way longer, especially with this Atomos monitor here that draw a lot of power. Powers it for way longer than I can with a Sony Type L battery on. And if I'm running out of batteries, it's just one, quick kind of switch, pop a new battery in. That's it. It's running both things. It's just an easy way to work that way. And you can get these mounts, like in the FX9, for pretty much every camera. So, and you can get other things where, they go on rails and it lets you mount a battery that way, and you can get different outputs for that. You could be using that for powering your DSLR, powering a bunch of different things. I also like that putting a V-mount on something like a DSLR, building a kind of a rig there. These can work great as especially when you're using a smaller camera, as using a kind of counterbalance to balance out the camera. So it's a little bit more back heavy. So when you're using on your shoulder, it's a little bit easier that way. This is great to have a battery like that. Another way that I use V-mounts quite a bit, it would be powering lights. So powering LED lights when we're out in location, just sometimes because we're outside, sometimes being no power outlets, sometimes just being quicker. We just need to be in there, set up super quick, pop a light in somewhere, just kind of fill in, especially for kind of documentary style shooting. We don't have time to light a set, really, just, getting in there, maybe we need to fill in something somewhere. And having batteries and lights that can run off batteries like this, it's awesome. I have a few different lights that can run a long time off a battery like this. And it's a really great option and great thing to have. So the investment into these batteries is definitely more than a regular camera battery. These, depending on the battery itself, they can be $300 or $400. And you need a specific charger for these. And the chargers are typically around $300, maybe $250, $300, depending. So there is an initial investment into these that you might not think is worth it. And I was kind of skeptic of this about 10 years ago when I first started getting V-mount batteries. But it was a great investment that I made, and I've kept buying more of these and have a whole bunch of them. If you're keeping them, you're cycling through them, you're charging them regularly, you're kind of keeping the life cycle of the battery. Majority of these will last for quite a long time, and yes, it is an investment, but it's an investment that's going to last a long time. Unlike other camera batteries, where Sony, Canon, Panasonic, everybody seems to come out with a new camera, and a lot of times they're coming out with new batteries. So I remember with my C300 Mark I, I had a whole bunch of those batteries. And then when they came out with the C300 Mark II, the batteries changed. Now, that can be a big investment, and a lot of times for those cameras, you need to have a whack of batteries if you want to shoot all day. If you're not in a studio environment where you can plug in, I need to have 4 or 5 batteries to be very safe that I'm going to be able to get 12 hours of recording time or 12 hours of running around with a camera on. So having a V-mount and be able to have that say, hey, I only have 2 of these other batteries. The same thing I had with my FX9. I only had a battery that I put in the back here, but most of the times I'm just running a V-mount. So I didn't worry that I had to already buy all these extra batteries. I already had a bunch of V-mounts. I just needed to get the V-mount adapter for the FX9, and then I could use these batteries on it. So then you're saving money that way in the long run because you are investing in a battery, in a system that you can use across different cameras, across different systems. V-mounts, these things aren't going away anytime soon. This is kind of a standard industry thing. You'll always be able to get attachments and ways that you can mount a V-mount battery and use that to power a camera or a light or what have you. Using these sometimes in an audio kit, I would use the D-tap out of these to power into something else, into the audio recorder. Another great feature on these, and a lot of the new ones coming out, is a USB thing here. These are great just for charging your cell phone sometimes on set. I found when these batteries are fully drained for the camera, there's still some juice in there and you can power and charge your phone. So that's another great option with these kind of style of battery. But that's just my 2 cents on why I think the V-mount style battery or brick style battery is the battery to rule them all, is its longevity, the value you get, and how you can use it for a longer period of time across multiple different devices, cameras, lights, etc. Let me know, guys, in the comments below. Are you guys looking at investing in V-mount style batteries? Have you done that already? Have you found a benefit to that? Any other tips? Is there other battery solutions or other solutions you think are better than this? Let us know in the comments below. I'd love to see those. And if you could think of subscribing to the channel, that would be great. Hit the like button if you liked this video and hit the thumbs down if you didn't like it. It's all good. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you on the next one.